Casey Corbin. Please welcome Casey Corbin.
Hello. That was awesome. I just walked out and you guys have all that energy. That's what comedy's all about. It's all about energy, folks. We give you energy, you give it right back to us. Can you feel what's going on right now? Can you feel that? Yeah. You're laughing, sir, and I haven't even done anything yet. That's how awesome it is. But when I turn on the funny switch, you might poop your pants. There it goes. You feel the difference now? You feel that? Yeah. For the rest of the hour, hilarity will ensue. It's gonna be totally awesome. Here we go. They say that during wartime situations, the international symbol for distress is to take your country's flag and hang it upside down. And when I read that, I thought, that's gotta suck if you're from Japan. It's not really a flag, it's more like a ketchup mishap, if you ask me, you know what I mean? So, and I don't do jokes, and you can laugh at these jokes because they don't offend the Japanese people, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about them, it's only about their flag, so it's not a big deal, and plus, their flag was probably made in Korea, so, And I'm not one of those comedians that's gonna come on stage and do jokes about people's stereotypes, and I don't do jokes based on ethnicity. I especially won't make fun of Japanese people, because I know for a fact that they're ninjas, and, I don't know if you notice this, but I'm standing under lights, and ninjas hide in darkness, so this isn't the best place to do that. I'm just saying, I don't need to be up here, standing here telling jokes, and all of a sudden, a ninja hits me in the neck with a blow dart. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I'm not Chuck Norris. I can't fight back, Travel a lot, and I have to take the bus to get around from place to place. I love taking the bus, though. There's nothing better than going into a new town, getting a little stoned, and just taking the bus for a ride. Seriously, it's the best way to see town. You know what I mean? Play those bus games, like guess where the BO's coming from? That's always fun. I was on the bus one time, and I got the bus driver who likes to announce every stop like he's some sort of airline pilot. Not that there's many stops on an airplane when I think about it, but, we're coming up on this one stop, and this is what I could hear. It was like, honey, I'm like, holy crap, did he just say next stop, Chinese bastard? Because I'm looking across at the Asian dude in front of me. I'm like, hey, buddy, I think he's talking to you, I find that to be a little rude, a little prejudiced. Why don't you do something about it, Why don't you go up there and Jackie Chan his ass, get on one hole, I know that's not Jackie Chan. Don't even laugh like that. That's not like Jackie Chan. Look like Chubby Checker slipping on ice, but, try. I remember one time I was waiting for the bus, and this lady, she came up to me, and she told me she was 64 years old and waiting for the Lord. I was like, this is the bus stop. I don't think Jesus is gonna pull up, beep, beep, who wants to go to Bethlehem, Turns out she was one of those crazy Jehovah's Witnesses, And I don't mind if you're crazy. I don't want to offend the crazy people here tonight. And I don't mind if you're Jehovah. I don't want to offend the Jehovah's here tonight, but the crazy Jehovah's have got to fucking go, all right? Seriously, you know the ones bothering you at your house, they're coming up to me. They're coming up to me on a Saturday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, knocking on my door when I just got home at 5:30 and I'm just starting to go to sleep. I open up the door, they're standing there with a pamphlet that says awake. Ah, for fuck's sakes, you know, like... Now I'm gonna be awake for a little while longer, you know? I don't understand why they have to be so pushy and bother us all the time. Like, why can't they be like gay people and just have a parade? Why can't they do that? That would be awesome. I'd go to a religious parade, me, a couple friends, couple bags of marbles. We would have a sweet-ass time, you know? One after another. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, got one in the watchtower. Any witnesses? No, just Jehovah's. No, just... But then I start thinking, you know, holy smokes, you know, like, if that's going on and the religious people are parading, can you imagine what would happen then? The gays would probably start soliciting. Imagine that, 2 guys show up on your front porch wearing, like, chaps and a cowboy hat. I'm glad you're laughing at that part, because they don't laugh at that joke in Calgary, I'll tell you that right now, you know what I mean? Like, they don't. Like, what kind of broke-back comic is that? We'll fix him in the parking lot. Yes, we will. So the 2 Calgarians are on your front porch. That's awesome. Have you ever read from the book of John? The apostle? No, Elton. It would never get to that point. It would never get to that point, because as soon as you heard the knock on the door, you'd know who it was right away, right? Because they'd be the ones knocking at your back door. You can't come in, that says exit only. Recently got to tour out in Western Canada. That was a lot of fun. Holy smokes, that's always a good time on tour. I got to stay at the West Edmonton Mall. Got to stay there. Not in the food court, not what you think. They have a hotel called the Fantasyland Hotel, and in the hotel they have all these different rooms for every possible fantasy. However, I want to save you the embarrassment I went through. They don't have a room with Cambodian hookers and a hot dog stand, okay? Yeah. I know, they're like, it's not that common of fantasy. And I was like, well, why are there 12 websites for it? You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Google it. But then they had some stupid rooms, right? Like, they could have had my room, but oh no, they had to have one room called the trucker suite. Because I guess in Alberta, growing up to be a trucker is a dream to a lot of people, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure, you know. I can't even imagine what the trucker suite would be like, you know. I'm trying to think of what it'd be like. I guess you'd go in and go immediately to the washroom where you get your date's phone number off the wall, and then you go out to the hall and call her from a payphone, and then she comes over and you bang her in your bed, but you gotta wake up early because you gotta drive to Vegas because you gotta arm wrestle in the World Championships. And, you know, maybe while you're there, you could win back the love of your child who's with his grandfather. His grandfather's really evil. I'm sorry, was that joke too over the top for you people? Was that the problem? You'll see weird things out west, though. You'll see weird signs. I was in northern Alberta driving, I saw a sign that said, "Do not pass into oncoming traffic." I'm like, isn't this something you should already know? You know what I mean? Like, 2 guys driving up to Fort McMurray. Holy fuck, those 2 transports are pretty wide and long, but I think the Firefly's got a couple more in her. What do you say? You think we should pass her? All right, let's fucking give her. Hold on to my beer. Let's fucking do this, you know? Like, honest to God, I don't know if those people are half retarded or if Newfoundland just moved there one day. Seriously. I saw another sign in Fort McLeod, the other fort, which was awesome because they're like, we're Fort McLeod, we have a fort, you know. So who is a flort? Can you imagine having a flort? What the fuck's a flort? It's half fort, half, I was gonna say fart, but that doesn't even work. Anyways, in this town, I saw a sign that said denturist clinic. And yeah, I didn't know what a denturist was. I said to the other comedian I'm with, what's a denturist? And he said, well, it's a dentist for people with dentures. I was like, holy God, that totally makes sense. Because if you didn't take care of your teeth the first time, chances are you're gonna fuck it up the second time, you know what I mean? Like, I almost wanna get rid of my teeth right now and just get a denturist. That's what I wanna do. Be awesome, because remember the last time I had like an 8 o'clock Friday morning appointment, I went out unknowingly Thursday night and got really, really hammered. Yeah, and didn't make the 8 o'clock appointment because I phoned in because I was vomiting too much. You know, and vomiting in a dentist chair, that's just weird, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be pushing up, you know what I mean? It should be coming out. But you know, dentists, you don't want to go in because you're all hungover, right? So you call in, tell them you won't be in. Next thing you know, they're charging $200 because you didn't phone 24 hours in advance. That doesn't happen with a dentist. A dentist, you just like call them up and they'd be like, are you canceling your appointment? And you're like, no, I'm just letting you know that my teeth are in the cab and they're on the way in there right now. Yeah. There's $20 in between the teeth, so just send them back when you're done, all right? You're the dentist. You don't need me, buddy. You don't need me. You know where I love to shop? I'll tell you. Well, I love to shop at a little store called IKEA. Seriously. Absolutely love IKEA. Yeah, some people are applauding. I love it too. Favorite thing about IKEA? 50-cent hot dogs. That's what I love about IKEA. Seriously. Honest to God. The best thing about the 50-cent hot dogs at IKEA is the fact that they're still called hot dogs. Because it's IKEA, you'd think it was something all screwed up, you know what I mean? Like Schmoogenfloggins or something like that. The best is they always put the friggin' Schmoogenfloggins, they always put them like right there at the end. You never get them at the beginning. It's like you gotta work your way through the 10K labyrinth of shit furniture to get to the hot dogs in the end. Make us fat people feel like mice, that's what it does, you know what I mean? Like, if you're ever lost in the IKEA, you just follow the fat guy because he's sniffing out hot dogs. Schmoogenfloggins. Yeah, that's awesome. Imagine walking up to the counter. Yeah, can I get a hot dog? We don't have hot dogs, sir. Well, what's that guy eating? Schmoogenfloggins. Well, give me one of those. And they give you the Schmoogenfloggin, and it comes in the box, and the wiener's on one side, and the bun's on the other, and there's some messed up directions in the middle. Welcome to IKEA. This is how to build a Schmoogenfloggin. An Allen key. What do I need an Allen key for? I just decided while doing that joke, I don't even like IKEA anymore. So, no, last time I was there, they kicked me out. And it wasn't even for falling asleep in the ball bin this time. It was something totally different. And it's bogus. I was in my car, just sitting there. This guy comes up, knocks on my window, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir. You're gonna have to leave the premises." I was like, "What for?" He's like, "Sir, you're smoking marijuana in your motor vehicle." I was like, "Dude, you can't advertise 50-cent hot dogs and not expect people to hotbox in your parking lot." Seriously. I thought IKEA was Swedish for common sense. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you use some? I don't know. I like shopping at other stores. I like shopping at Winners. That's a good place. It's awesome, but what you don't know about Winners is all their clothes. It's all screwed up. No, the clothes you're buying, sure, it's brand names at really low prices, But the clothes, all fucked up. That's why you're buying it for really low prices. Winners is an outlet shop for outlet shops, okay? I'm not lying, that's the truth. You know how that works? Okay, when a company manufactures the clothes, they send it all out to the retailers. But the fucked up clothes goes to their outlet shop. And what they can't sell from there, that goes to Winners. That is bogus, people. We are buying defective clothing at low, low prices. It's embarrassing. I bought a G-Unit hoodie. Yeah. Because that's how I roll. After 3 washings, the eye fell off. Great. What am I gonna do? I had to give it to my ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wear a sweatshirt that says Gunt. Seriously. I remember one time I got a nice button-up shirt, and then after like 4 washings or 4 wearings, all of a sudden this button just said, "Fuck you guys, I'm out of here," and just took off. But I'm like, no problem, it's awesome, because they always got spare buttons under here, you know what I mean? And then I look under there, guess what? No fucking buttons, that's what's going on. That's why you're the winner. That's why you're the winner. Because I'm a goddamn loser. But like an abused wife, I keep going back. That's the problem. I should be getting help, but no, I go back. One time, I saw this Ralph Lauren golf shirt, just like I wore in high school, but double extra large. Yeah. So I put on the double extra large. I just tried it on, and it fit, which is awesome, because you go to the Gap and try out double extra large on, and you walk out of the friggin' little box there, and the guy's like, "Hey, you ready to go scuba diving in that?" You know, like... Like, I'm just glad it fit. That's all I'm saying. I'm just glad it fit. I didn't even look for any defects. I didn't look for a zigzag stitch. I didn't look for a missing button. I just bought it because it fit. And then a couple nights later, I was gonna wear it out, and I put it on, and I look in the mirror, and I'm like, oh no. It's all fucked up. Yeah, you know what the messed up part is? The polo dude right up here. That's the most important part of the shirt. That says, hey, maybe I play polo, maybe I have money, or maybe I just follow trends. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't even look like a dude on a horse playing polo. It's like the person that stitched it, or the kid that stitched it, you know? It's like he had Tourette's and Parkinson's on the same day, you know what I mean? Just, holy shit, fuck, cock balls, you know, just like... Didn't even look like a dude playing polo. Just like it looked like an angry old man in a wheelchair with his fist right out of his pipe. I'm like, holy crapola, is this even polo, you know? I flip it over, it's like polio, holy Christ. That is a dude in a wheelchair. Yeah, I swore a lot as a child. I did, and what my parents used to do is whenever I would swear, they'd wash my mouth out with soap. Yeah, but what my parents didn't know, that when I was 7 years old, I loved eating soap. I was like, I don't care, motherfucker. I'll eat your bars. That's bring it on. My parents didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to handle me. Back then, there was no Dr. Phil. There was no Jenny Jones. There was no boot camps. They brought in my grandfather. He was in a war, and he came in. He said, whenever this little cocksucker swears, you come and tell Grandpa. And we'll wash his mouth out. Yes, we will. We'll wash it out with Buckley's cough syrup. Yeah, that's abuse. That's what that is, people. Just the groan on that Buckley's tells me that you've all had it. Buckley's. I think everybody here has a bottle of Buckley's at home. Do I not? Like, as an audience, you know what I'm talking about? You all have Buckley's at home, or you've heard of it? Everybody, yeah? Okay. I think everybody that has it has that same bottle at home. Like, if like, this is the bottle, just the neck has gone out of it. Because they got it on a recommendation. They had one spoonful, and they're like, fuck this shit. Put that away. And then the next spoonful went out was when their friend came over with a cold. Oh, Steve, you got a cold. Well, have you ever tried Buckley's? Oh, it'll clear it right up. Here we go, buddy. Just take a swig of that. Don't need a spoon to measure? No, just fucking give her from the tap. Just give her. Smells a little funny, but okay, here we go. Holy fuck, that's awful. But how's your cold? Fuck off, it's gone. And that's the Buckley's motto right there. It's awful, but it works. As an audience, do you agree with that? Applaud if you do agree with it. No, I'm sorry, I disagree, you're wrong. You know what works? The fear you might have to take another goddamn spoonful. That's what works. It's not cough medicine, it's just a bully. You know what I mean? Like, that was an adult drinking Buckley's. I was 7 years old. I could smell the Buckley's. It smells like pine sol. And I know not to drink pine sol because I did it when I was 6 and I had my stomach pumped. Not retarded. And I'm just gonna be totally honest right here. A spoonful of Buckley's, you know what it looks like? Looks like a spoonful of cum. That's what it looks like. Yeah. I'm 7 years old. I see a spoonful of cum coming my way. My first thought is, no, not again, Father McNally, not again. Hated that stuff. Father be giving it to his kid. All right, Junior, come on. Come on, open up, Junior. It's a choo-choo train to Betterville, Junior. Come on. Here we go, Junior. Chugga, chugga, choo-choo, chugga, chugga, choo-choo, chugga, chugga, choo-choo. There you good boy. There you go. That's a good boy. Oh, no, you spit it up. You're just like your mother. So I don't get to go out to the the clubs very often. I'm not a club person. I'm more of a pub person. And but I will, every now and again, people will take you out after the show. And I was out after one show at a club, and this girl, she came up to me at one part, and she peeled the label off her beer bottle, and she handed it to me. And I had no idea what that meant. I was like, dude, that girl just gave me garbage. And he's like, no, that's like a bang me tab, a fuck me tab. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, if you can peel the label off your beer bottle without ripping any of the label, it means you're gonna get lucky. If you want to give it to someone, that's who you want to get lucky with. And I was like, holy God, that's like a lot of work. You know, whatever happened in the good old days where you see a pretty girl and you'd be like, you're pretty, can I buy you a drink? And she'd be like, sure. And then you put a roofie in it. You know what I mean? Like, are the 90s gone so soon? Seriously. So she gives me the beer label, and I don't know what to do. I don't know, I'm not a good flirter, so I just decide I'm gonna give her the label off my beer bottle, you know what I mean? So I go to give her the label off my beer bottle, and I'm drinking a Corona. Yeah, there's no label on that bottle. So now I'm looking at the girl, and I'm looking at the beer going, I guess I have to switch beers to get laid, eh? And she's like, no, you gotta lose about 60 pounds. I know, I just might be a bad flirt, but she's a bitch now, you know what I mean? Like, I personally thought that was a little rude and a little uncalled for, so I didn't know what to do, so I Well, I punched her in the tit. Yeah. Because me and 6 Coronas thought that was a good idea at the time. And that's the thing, if you drink enough beers, they will talk to you, but do not listen to Coronas. They're not even beers, it says on the label, cervezas. Or the lack of label. You know? And when they're talking to you, it's even more weird, you know? It's like this little Mexican fucker, you know? It's like, holy crap, dude, you know, like, you know, punch on the tit, man, punch on the tits, you know, like, no, they're not piñatas, you know what I mean? Like, if you girls don't like the jokes, I'm not gonna come down there and rock you the speed bags, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't me, it was the booze. I'm not about the boob punch, I'll tell you that right now. I love boobies too much to be punching them. Seriously, I love boobies so much, I grew my own. And that's a special kind of love, people. That's a mother's love. I love it when you women will take your boobs and you're trying to put them in those cleavage bras, you know? You're trying to put them all up together, trying to make one big jumbo cyclops tit in the middle or something, you know? I don't know what you're doing, ladies, but I like it. And I agree, one big boob's better than 2 uneven ones. Yeah, totally. Push them together. Even when I see a woman walk into a room, first thing I automatically look at, her boobies. Second thing I look at, her eyes. It's true, people. Because I have to see if I got caught looking at her boobies. That's why, so... It's just science. Speaking of science, people, that's what I was talking about, sweet science. I'd like to talk to you about this thing called internet that we have nowadays. I don't know how many of you have it, but it's out there. I'm gonna get really technological on you people, okay? And that's really tough to understand because it's just even a hard word to say. But I have something called email. And 2 years ago, my email started getting all filled up. My inbox in my email started getting all filled up with this email saying, meet me on MySpace, meet me on MySpace, meet me on MySpace, meet me on MySpace. So I went and I checked out the MySpace because I thought it was like Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff like that. No, I get there, it's just a bunch of stuff going on, you know what I mean? But then I got addicted to the stuff. And for 2 years, I was every hour of, like every morning, I was on MySpace, like 1 hour every morning on MySpace, just wasting time. On it so much, I didn't even see what was happening 2 years later. My inbox getting all filled up again. This time, Facebook. Yeah. It's like, join me on Facebook, 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 join me on Facebook. I'm like, who wants me to join them on Facebook? And I look, and it's all the idiots I know from MySpace. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just talk here? And they're like, because over here is so much cooler now. Poke, poke, hee, hee, hee. And let me tell you something, guys, okay? If you're poking a guy more than twice a week, stop it, all right? Once to get the attention, 2 is flirting. That's the rule. And now I'm addicted to the Facebook. Addicted. An hour of every morning, gone, Facebook. And that's just dumb because I'm still on MySpace, you know what I mean? Like, 2 hours of every morning, gone. That's just sad because I wake up at noon, okay? People are like, how was your morning? I'm like, -2. That's the answer. It's just a waste of time because 2 years from now, you know they're gonna merge. That's what happens, all big companies merge and screw the consumer, you know? They're gonna merge, and then 2 years from now, I'll have a whole new email coming in. You know, probably from a combined website of the both, something clever like Spacebook, you know. You'll get this dumb email, hey, why don't you take a rocket to my Spacebook and check it out? Or maybe they'll go the other way. Maybe they'll go the other way and they'll call it my face. Then you get all these stupid emails saying, hey, why don't you come on my face? I don't think I'm going to join that one, is what I'm saying. So it's weird meeting people off the internet because you can't always tell if they're telling the truth or not. I met one girl, she said she'd never been to a hockey game in her life. So then I took her to a game and I asked her what was her favorite part about the hockey game. And she told me her favorite part was at the first halftime when the Zimbabwe came out to clean the ice. I was like, Zimbabwe? How long was I in the washroom? Was it just one or was it a whole tribe? Really, seriously. I need answers here. It's gotta get cold on their feet, you'd figure, you know. I met another girl, she wanted to go on a date, she wanted to go spend the day at the beach. To me, at the beach is kind of like drinking and driving. Sure, you can do it, but fuck, it's wrong, okay? You know what I mean? Like, guys are walking around in their Speedos with their six-packs, you know, and I'm there in my Speedo just trying to drink my six-pack, and the girl, after our little picnic, she wants to take a ride in a paddle boat. Yeah. She says that's gonna be romantic. And I guess she didn't do the mathematical equation, and I'm like 3 times her size. Yeah, it's not even like we're in a paddle boat anymore. Now it's like we're 2 8-year-olds having a conversation in a bunk bed, you know? Like, she's on the top bunk. I'm underwater. Her big concern is, why do we keep going around in circles? I'm like, this is the last time I bang a 16-year-old, I'll tell you that. Oh, people, as long as there's grass in the field, play ball, that's what I say. I'm kidding, I don't say that. I say trim that shit up. So, you don't start doing it by 16, you're gonna get into bad habits later in life. I don't know. I guess I can tell you people, there's no secret here. I smoke a lot of marijuana, and no, it's not, we're on television, guys. Don't give yourself stuff like that, okay? Seriously. I'm not endorsing it, I'm just telling you people, because I have to tell you, because what I do whenever I'm stoned is I write my thoughts down in this book, and then if I read my thoughts on stage, I can actually write my drug deals off the tax receipt. So, I know. That's what my accountant told me to do, and he's also my dealer. So, totally awesome. They say that smoking marijuana, or they say marijuana itself, is far more harmful than beer. And to those people, I say, whatever. When's the last time you saw somebody get stabbed in a bar fight with a broken Ziploc bag? It hasn't happened, people. Go home and Google it. Seriously, go home and Google it. You know you use the Google. It's true, we all Google ourselves. We all do it. Everybody's got a little bit of ego where they want to type their name into Google. I wonder what's going to come up when I type in my name. I wonder what's going to come up. Everybody does it. But I'm bored with that. I have a big ego. Look at the stage. Now when I type my name in, I type it in wrong. That's right, I'll put a V on the end, or just something to fuck up the computer. Comedian Corbin. Yeah, and then Google will come back with, did you mean comedian Casey Corhin? I'm like, you're fucking right I did, bitch. You better recognize, Google. Don't make me shit on you like Dogpile. Is Dogpile even around anymore? I don't know. Ugly Betty, whatever, I'd bang her. But what happens if you kill a spider while it's raining? Just thought I'd ask. Maybe somebody would know. I don't know. This is a joke for my Jewish friends that are here tonight. What was Moses' favorite beer? Hebrew. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's a joke not for my Jewish friends this evening. Adolf Hitler was the angriest German, and he was the grumpiest German of all time, yet nobody's ever called him sauerkraut. Snakes on a plane, how'd they get on there? Ladders! That's just dumb. Don't even laugh at that. That is... I know a guy who was once breastfed till he was 6 years old. That's not the weird part. He was born on a leap year. I know, 6 times 4, that's 32. That's just wrong. Did you just say you know it's 24? Did you not listen to the joke? I can rewind it. We got cameras in here. We can rewind it. I said 6 times 4. That's 32. That's just wrong. I'm not talking about sucking on tits. What's wrong with sucking on tits? The math equation's wrong, Miss Wizard. You just fell into my booby trap. My birthday's coming up. My birthday's on Halloween. No, don't applaud, it sucks. Every year, people are like, what are you gonna be for Halloween? What are you gonna be for Halloween? What are you gonna be this year? 30, fuck off, okay? You know what's funny, people? Fat people. It's true. I've done a lot of fat jokes tonight, and you guys have all laughed at every one of them. Fat people are the only people you can still make fun of and get away with. It's true, because they ate their feelings a long time ago. They did. Big deal, you do a fat joke and somebody fat hears, what do? You run from them. That's what you do. They're fat. You can run up the stairs, they won't climb after you. Stairs to a fat person's like snakes to Indiana Jones. But that's the sad thing about society, people, is it's still okay to point and laugh at a fat person. Everybody does it. We all do it. Look at on TV shows. Whenever they put somebody that's skinny into a fat suit, they become a bumbling idiot. And you laugh your ass off. Eddie Murphy has done this like 8 times in 6 different movies. Put on a fat suit, lots of laughs, but the minute one chubby guy puts on blackface and carries a watermelon on stage, people get all upset. I'm just saying, people, fat people, I was oppressed as a child. I went through some tough times. Maybe not to the plight of a black person, but I remember there were times when I was 8 years old that I was forced to stand in a field and pick cotton. Yeah. And sure, it was at the county fair and it was pink or blue, but still, people. That guy was mean to me. Hurry up, fatty, I got the candy apples going moldy here. Hurry up, pink or blue, fatty, what's it gonna be? Okay. I was driving my car and I saw a sign. I don't know what's going on, people. I don't know if they're adding signs every year. It's been a long time since I looked at the driver's license book. But every now and again, I will see a sign that I do not remember ever seeing before in my life. It's like new signs just popping up. This one sign I saw said Turtle Crossing. And I think I would have remembered a Turtle Crossing sign because Bon Jovi probably named an album after it. You know what I mean? Like, Turtle Crossing. Turtle Crossing. Is this what we need? We need Turtle Crossing signs? Is there a big problem with turtles darting out in front of cars? What the fuck was that? thought it was a jackalope. And under the turtle crossing, it actually had a picture of a turtle. In case you didn't know it was crossing the road so quickly, you could look it up. Oh, it's a turtle, I can see by the diagram. Why do we need to know where the turtles are? Big deal. Run them over. They got a shell. It's called protection, all right, people? What's the worst that happens? Oh, you run over a turtle, and then it got squirted on out onto the car behind you. And then you got to pull over to help clean delicious chocolate and caramel off the guy's windshield, you know? I'll pull over 9 times out of 10. I will, people. I love tasty little pecans. And then the turtle crossing sign, it actually says May till September. How many fucking turtles are crossing here? May till September? Or is it just one? I know they are slow. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you saw a turtle crossing the road for like 5 months, or what, don't correct me, but if it's wrong for a bunch of months, why the hell would you stay there and watch it? It's taking them a long time, better put up a sign. Here's an idea, Einstein. Why don't you just go kick the turtle across the road? Pretend your boot's a DeLorean and send him to the future. If I was a turtle, I'd be thankful. Thank you for not squishing me. I didn't want to lose my pecans. And thank you for putting me 3 months ahead of what I'm supposed to be. I still don't understand why we have turtle crossing signs. The only conclusion I could come up with, was that I guess we need to know where the turtles are, because some turtles are assholes. No, seriously, I know some turtles, if they find out you're Italian, they will throw hammers at you. It's true, but if that happens, you just jump up in the air, hit them in the head, and they just roll away. That's what happens, people. And I know you want to laugh more at these jokes, but you're afraid, you know, but don't worry. I usually don't make fun of turtles, people. I don't make fun of turtles. Because I know for a fact that some turtles are ninjas. And I don't need to be up here doing jokes and all of a sudden Ninja Star hits me in the forehead. You know what I mean? You know what, people? Okay, for real. I'm turning off the funny switch. I'm not stopping the show. I'm just turning off the switch. I'd like to get a little serious. It's off. I just want to say, as Canadians, we're very lucky, and we live in the greatest country on the planet. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. It's true. It's true. And I believe the reason is because we got great Canadians that encourage others to do better every day. You know. Why are you laughing? Seriously, I'm being serious. Terry Fox is the name that just comes to mind. He was awesome. He totally was. Marathon of Hope. You know what I mean? It was wicked. Oh, yeah, I was doing a joke. It wasn't a joke, people. All I'm saying is, when I moved to Toronto about 5 years ago, there was a man in a wheelchair, and he decided he was going to climb the CN Tower in his wheelchair, and he wanted to do it for 2 reasons. Number 1, to raise money for charity, and number 2, to change the attitudes that people have towards handicapped people. And not only did he succeed in one, he succeeded in both, because not only did he climb the CN Tower, he changed my attitude when he did it. Because now I think, if a man in a CN Tower, you know, if a man in a wheelchair can climb the CN Tower, step by step, flight after flight, all by himself, with no trouble whatsoever, all in under like 5 hours nonetheless, well, it's quite clear to me that they don't need to park so close to the goddamn mall anymore. They should save those spots for the fat people. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys have been a lot of fun. My name's Casey Corbin. Have a good night.
Ha ha ha!